This starter, guys, right? Do it as you want to, okay? I'm only going to show you my perception of it or my concept of it. I could do it this way today, I could do it this way tomorrow. If you go onto my Facebook account, you'll see the way we do different things, scallops and all that. It all depends. As I said, it's about having fun with food. We smoke this here ourselves, okay? And basically what we do is we have a wet cure of pumpkin beer, brown sugar, and salt. And there's a bit of spice in it that I'm not going to tell you, okay? We cure for 4 days, and then we smoke it for 2 days. When I say smoke, it's a cold smoke. This fish that's what you would get Scotland, Ireland, anywhere like that. It is cold smoke. And I'll leave Dave bring it around to you, and you can smell it. Well, I'll just show you how we cut salmon, okay? You need a serrated ham knife to do this, okay? And it's imperative that you get smoked salmon as thin as possible. If you get a thick smoked salmon slice, it's the same as eating sushi. This is cooked, it's cooked from a curing process, okay? So what we do is we basically, when I went to college, you would be told that you have to literally be able to read the paper from the other side of it if you shine the light up to it, okay? So I'm going to hand this out. Dave, will you get a plate there and I'll just put this in it? And you can, if you so wish, give me a big one and they can taste it. If you want to taste it, guys, big one then, like an olive piece. Yeah, like an olive piece. Would you like to try it? But it should be, see that? That's the way it should be. Have any of you had smoked salmon? Yeah. Do you like it?
Yes. The salmon that's on the appetizer menu at lunch.
That's a gravlax. That's a different salmon. That's a cured salmon, but that is a cured salmon. That's cured for 4, maybe 5 days. It's totally different. This doesn't get as much curing. It gets more smoking. This is actually a nicer salmon. Well, we've just got. We've just taken possession of a fantastic smoker. Okay, when you're cutting that and you see that, okay, you don't want to give anybody that, okay? That is the bloodline down the spine. So what you need to do is you just trim it out, okay? Nobody, you should never, ever, ever see that on a plate, okay? Okay, guys, off you go there, Jeff. Set. Also, if you have, if you want to get smoked salmon, as I said, we will be selling it here. But if you have something like that, you got to put the meat back into the skin and keep it moist, okay? Okay, crab, cucumber, the whole lot. Okay, guys, the starter, the salad. I'm going to add a few things tonight. Ricotta cheese, crab, okay? So basically, white crab meat. As I said, no, I'm not going to measure them because we'll be here all day if I start measuring. My maths ain't great. In the recipe, it says 4 egg yolks. That's to make your own mayonnaise, guys. You can do it I'd advise you not to do it, okay? Mayonnaise and cold rice are mayonnaise, cold rice, and coleslaw are three of the most unforgiving ingredients for giving people food poisoning, okay? So I would advise you to buy a pasteurized mayonnaise. Hellmann's is probably the best, okay? But it's in the recipe if you want to make it, but it is definitely, if there's anybody pregnant or anything like that, I'd say no, okay? So I basically just got the crab meat that we said, okay? I'm putting in diced cucumber with the pulp out, okay? Sun-dried tomatoes. Ricotta cheese. Mayonnaise, coleslaw, and cold rice. Cold rice. If you reheat rice, it can be deadly dangerous. It is because it just holds bacteria so fast. Because 9 times out of 10 people, when they cook rice, they don't cool it down fast enough. And it's sitting out. Okay. See the mix there, guys? It's just a rough mix of the crab, the ricotta, the cucumber, and the sun-dried tomatoes, okay? And salt and pepper, okay? No, tell the lads put it into chover. Okay? Yeah, I need to make it. Give me the olive oil, please. The vinaigrette. It's a basic French vinaigrette, okay? Dijon mustard. If you don't want to use Dijon, you can use Coleman's mustard, okay? I prefer Coleman's, but this is very, very hot and spicy, okay? Very hot. I don't know if you've seen it. It's an English mustard, okay? So tonight I'm going to use Coleman's, Dijon. Mustard. Olive oil, vinegar. Give me the olive oil, vinegar. Okay. As I said, the recipe that you have there works perfectly. It's, you wouldn't get fed if I did the same recipe tonight. Olive oil. And a whisk, okay? And that's basically a French dressing. Keep it in a jam jar. Every time you use it, shake it, okay? Because it's an emulsification and it will settle. You'll find all the sediment comes to the end, the oil will go to the top. So every time you use it, keep it in the jam jar and just shake it in the jam jar and it'll bring it back. These are porous forms, guys. They're just for building stacks, okay? Okay, guys, so you just amalgamate the oil into the mustard. Some people would put an egg yolk into it. Again, I would advise against it. For listeria, anything like that, it is too dangerous, really. If you're putting eggs into something, you really need to have them pasteurized. So we have our vinaigrette, and it's a fairly thick vinaigrette. I'll get Dave to go around and show you, okay? You want to show them? Again, sorry, seasoning. Okay. And I'd urge you to taste everything, guys, because it's, it might look good. It tastes lovely, actually. A lot of you have Mary Rose sauce. If you come in here, we do a dish with Mary Rose sauce. And basically what it is, is the cocktail sauce that we're making today, but we add some other things into it and that. But I'm just going to show you a sauce that can be kept in the fridge, kept up to 3 to 4 weeks, okay? Mayonnaise. Seth, give me the whisk again, please. Oh, Dave has it there. Mayonnaise. Ketchup. Tabasco. Yeah. Okay. Cream. We use cocktail sauce, we have it down under that, okay? And it's basically ketchup, cayenne pepper, you have oil and eggs in your recipe there because you're making the mayonnaise. You don't necessarily need to make the mayonnaise, okay? Mary Rose, there's one of the founders, I suppose, of cookery, Lee Perrings, okay? One of the founders of cookery was a Frenchman. And he had a passion for women. And there was a woman called, no, I won't choose. There was a woman called Mary Rose. And he had another woman called Peach. And he named Peach Melba after her. And his name is Ustaf. He was one of the founders of traditional French cookery. Okay? This is what we put into ours, okay, guys? It's Hennessy, it's a cognac, okay? It's not in that. You don't have to put it in if you don't want to, okay? What time is it? 5:15? No, 5, okay. We can break after this. So what we're going to do is, guys, when I finish this, we're going to take a break. And I'm going to start building these, and I'll explain to you exactly how I did them, okay? The crab, ricotta, and that, French dressing into it, okay? All right? Wait, no, wait, I'm not finished. And get it to consistency where it is fluffy, but you can see a sheen in it from the olive oil, okay? All right?
Jeff, what's the difference between double cream and heavy cream?
Double cream really is heavy cream, you know. Double cream is a double velocity of fatness. It's got a higher fat content. If you whip it, it's going to last longer. If you leave it in the fridge for an hour, it's going to stay steady. Whereas if you have a light cream or a single cream, it'll turn to water. What you'll have is you'll have cream in the top and you'll have water in the end. You'll have to rejuvenate the whole thing again. Parsnip crisps. Okay, and your crab and ricotta mixture on top of it, okay? Trying to keep the safety, which I'm not doing. Okay, and what you make, this is called a tane. A tane of crab meat and smoked salmon. And I'm sorry I'm in your way now, I'll be out of your way in 2 minutes. Okay, prior to you coming in, I put basically a head of cauliflower in salted water, and I cooked it. I want to show you there. And what I did is I literally put all the cauliflower pulp into the liquidizer with some of the cauliflower water, and I blitzed the whole thing in a blender, and it makes it very, very smooth. And that becomes a sauce for this dish, as well as the Mary Rose sauce. And that's just something I do with a lot of things. I think if a lot of you have eaten here, you'll see that I use pepper coulis and I use squash coulis and stuff like that for garnishing. So basically, you're just building your tane, okay? And you'll take your post forms off after you've your plate garnished. It's imperative that you leave them on until then. So, what I did, guys, and Dave will bring around tea, I basically got a head of cauliflower, salted water, put it into a food blender with a little of the juice, and blended it, and seasoned it, okay, and tasted it. So, Dave will show you, I have one done here, and it's chilled down. When you put your puree on, you don't have to put it on, lads. You can put anything. You can put sweet potato, you could put pumpkin, anything that you like. Just give your molds a little bit of a tap around to get the air bubbles out of it, okay? Okay. Now, your Mary Rose sauce into a squeezy bottle. All these things can be made up, guys, maybe 2 days in advance. There, as I said to you, we sell a lot of fried green tomatoes here, and we sell it with Mary Rose sauce or cocktail sauces. We have it in that. Okay. Now, the smoked salmon. Again, your smoked salmon, have it sliced, so you're not slicing it on the day. Have it sliced the day beforehand. Keep it in your fridge, keep it on parchment paper. But make your life as easy as possible, okay? And again, be conscious of the fact that, you know, it's a big meal. You don't need 3 pieces of smoked salmon is more than enough. You don't need a whole lot. And it's all about, guys, I told you the last time, it's about, for you that weren't here, it's about presentation, it's about eating with your eyes. It's got to look appealing, it's got to look, wow, I'm going to try that. The last thing you want is, oh geez, I don't eat salmon. Because smoked salmon and gravlax are totally different. Poached salmon is a different kettle of fish. This is the nicest salmon you can get. And I'm not saying that because I made it or whatever, but smoked salmon is an absolute delicacy if you can get the right smoked salmon. No, I'm good now. I'm nearly finished there now. No, I'm good. I'm nearly finished. Have you any questions, guys? While I'm doing this, don't be afraid to ask. This is cold. Yeah, this is cold.
Do you keep it in the mold?
No, mold will pop up now in a minute. And it'll be wow, or it'll be oh geez. One or the other.
One other catering trick, if you want, go ahead and stick your plates in the chiller. You can always stick your plates in the, just stick them in the fridge earlier that day. And that way your plate stays cold, it keeps everything else cold, so that if you need a few extra minutes to plate it, it'll still retain all that, it'll still retain the correct temperature.
Was that rose sauce you put under the salmon there?
Here, around? Mary Rose, yeah. It's the cocktail sauce that you have there in your recipes. This is my idea of it, right? You do it your way, okay? It's poppy seed. Sorry. Okay, I'll go on to desserts. These are Parmesan crisps, girls and boys. I think some of you've seen me doing before. Okay. So you've got a crispy, crunchy texture. You've got a soft puree texture, and you've got a crunchy texture from your cucumber, and that's what it's about, guys. It's getting a lot of different textures into one dish. Yeah. Okay, and to finish it, yeah.